I spotted her in the back of a nightclub on Hollicott, hands fencing a beer mug. The hollow in Ivy Weber's personnel file revealed long black hair, green eyes, and dimples you could trip over. Even the digital version of her smile was captivating. In person, her slender beauty was magnified by the barricade scowl she'd propped up against hopeful drunks. She was clearly waiting for someone. Artificial smoke jetted over the dance floor, lighting the club's pulsing neons into colored plumes. The place had that unreal quality of a dream, but with a hint of detail that seemed to be shaking me, as if someone wanted me to wake. I snatched my beer from the counter and circled behind her, pondering what to say. Maybe it was the way she leaned on the table, lightly and with endless patience, as if she could walk away from the club, from Hollicott, from the interview I'd asked for, and feel no regrets. Ivy Weber didn't carry the weight of the world on her shoulders, and didn't want to. Something twisted in my gut, some thread from the past unraveling in the moment. How might it feel to be my real self around someone? To spend time with a woman who didn't care that I lied for a living? I wasn't thinking about love, not yet. At that moment it was just a feeling, like that tickle in the back of the throat that signals the onset of flu. More smoke clotted the air, an unnatural swirl of brown and black that hid the lights rather than revealed them. The song spilling from the overheads, a concert streaming live from one of the core planets, had a rhythmless, bass-heavy quality that was more noise than music. "New Whitland?" I asked, my voice rising over the crackle of flames. "Born and raised." She glanced at the unit patch on my sleeve. "You up for a walk?" I set my beer next to hers. "Sure." She took my arm. "Be still." Now her voice was low, urgent, not a woman's voice at all. I pressed my hands over my ears and blinked against the burning air. Sterling knelt next to me, his wrist comms pressed to mine. "Don't say anything, Corporal. Can you fake a twisted ankle?" I blinked against a shifting pattern of light. I was on New Whitland, not Hollicott. Something had happened to the mess hall. A blanket of smoky heat squeezed the air. I took a quick inventory. The bios on my overlay were all green. Aside from a pounding headache, I wasn't hurt. I nodded and rolled onto my side. "We have him, Lieutenant!" someone shouted. "In here!" 4 silhouettes rimmed in sunlight came through the wreckage of the foyer, weapons raised. The soldier in front motioned with his rifle. "Put your hands up!" He wore the black fatigues of an Edge Reserve unit, citizen soldiers who answered neither to Fleet nor to the Senate, but to whatever passed for a provincial government here on New Whitland. Sterling raised his hands and turned. "Militia?" The soldier was still a teen, with pimply cheeks and a thin neck. His name tag, stitched over paneled body armor that looked too big for his frame, read PFC Kerchak. "Yes, sir. We're taking you into custody for your safety. Are you armed?" Custody was an odd word to use under the circumstances, and I could tell Sterling didn't like it. "Son, I am a captain in the United Colonies Marine Corps, and if you really care about my safety, you'll lower that weapon." "Captain Sterling." The last of the 4 edgers was shorter, heavily muscled, and carried himself with an air of pretension that annoyed me immediately. He didn't salute Sterling, though he did motion for Kerchak to lower his weapon. "Lieutenant Dogan, New Whitland QRS. I need you to come with me." "My orderly twisted his ankle," Sterling lied. He reached down and hauled me to a lopsided standing position, mouthing the word "slow" as I hooked his shoulders for support. "See that, Private?" Dogan said in a tour guide tone of measured respect, as if explaining something at a museum. "Colonial Marines carry their own." "Yes, sir." Kerchak kept his rifle pressed into the crook of his right arm, finger parallel to the trigger. Leaning on Sterling, I fake hobbled past overturned tables,